If you can't tell by the roar of the crowds, it's race day, and I think it's gearing up to be a really special one. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's start with Racing Point. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Alexander Albon, and Leclerc, Stroll, Sainz, Norris, and Sebastian Vettel, Perez, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Kvyat, Grosjean, Latifi, George Russell, and Kevin Magnussen. Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
What's going on, dudes? It's your dude, JB Dude, and welcome back to the F1 2020 Championship season. We're here in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. It is round 9 of 22. Picking up where we left off, we just completed the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, got my third win of the season, had a good run, had a lot of safety cars deployed in the game, including at the very first corner on the very first lap where 4 wide, and ended up turning a bunch of others, damaging front wings, debris were everywhere. Also mechanical failures were happening throughout the game, throughout the race, sorry. And yeah, it was chaos all over. I managed to take my third win just ahead of Verstappen. He's still the points leader in the championship. I'm still 4th behind Bottas and Hamilton, but I might be able to have a chance on beating Bottas in this race because I qualified on the front row for the first time. Yes, I qualified 2nd for this race. Had a good practice and qualifying time running. I was fastest in practice. I was about fastest throughout short qualifying until Hamilton beat me by about 4/10 quicker than me. But I am ahead of Verstappen and Bottas, which is going to be key for me for this race because I need to be ahead of the pack in order for me to catch up in the point standings. I'm falling back behind the in points. I'm possibly around roughly 40 points behind Verstappen, and I think I'm about 7 points behind Bottas. I don't know if I'm completely correct, but we'll see after the race. Pitting on lap 7 as my pit strategy might be a good option to pit on lap 7 because soft tires and medium tires don't last forever. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a good outcome. Looking for my 4th win of the season, try to make it 2 in a row. Let's see what we can do. Revving out my engine. 5 lights are up. It's lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. I get a good jump. See if I can get a Hamilton. Oh, I might have cut it across him a bit, but all good.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Decent start as I'm ahead of Hamilton, leading the race. He could be looking for a move on me somewhere. Oh boy. I'm just gonna slow it down a bit. Oh god. I almost hit the wall. That would have been very bad. I must not do that. And I must pull off a gap between me and Hamilton. It's not going to be close enough. Alright, I got the fastest lap because I'm leading, completing the first lap. So I'm in first, Hamilton second, Verstappen third, Bottas fourth, and Leclerc fifth. That's your top 5 right now. Hamilton's getting closer to me. I don't like it. I don't know why it brakes so early. Still looking good. Well, now I'm pulling up a big gap now. Oh, I messed up this corner. That's okay. Pulling up fast time.
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Yep,
Keep this up.
fastest lap. Really gotta be on it here. Alright, doing pretty good. Hamilton's still staying with me. He's under a second behind me. So it's not too bad how I'm racing right now. There you go. 3 laps completed out of 18. So that's good. This track is in Montreal in Canada. So to all those people who live in Canada, this is your race to see. And I gotta say, I've had history with this track. And I've been pretty decent on this track. Knowing it very well and everything. Oh geez, a little bit wide there. Going up the corner. Hey, it's time to pull up a gap between the pack. Seems like Bottas is looking for a move on Verstappen. Just gotta find an opening. Hamilton's looking for a move here somewhere.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
No, not hards. What? Hold on, let me fix my strategy.
The car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
I know. My pit stop should be medium, for God's sakes. Alright. Let's see here. Going around. Oh, jeez. Now Hamilton's looking for a move. Gaining. Oh, a bit too wide there. thought Hamilton was looking for an inside there. I really gotta boost up my speed again. He's gaining. Here we go. Better. Oh, oh. Easy. Look at that. People waving the Canada flag and the Australia flag. It's great. Great. I like to see those in the crowd. Whoop. Easy around the corner. Alright. Yeah, me and Hamilton are building a big gap between us and the pack. And he's still staying with me. This is just intense. Alright. I know Hamilton is faster than me, but I'm gonna try and defend just like I do always in the previous races. Braked a little too early. Well, that's okay. Double checking on Hamilton.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Okay, pit window is open. Need a pit. Oh jeez, too wide there. Oh, my tires are starting to get very tight now. They're losing life. That's not good. I don't know if Hamilton will be pitting with me, but we'll see. Ah, oh, damn it, I overdrove this corner. That's gonna screw. Oh, sorry, Hamilton. I didn't know I didn't realize I didn't give you enough space. Jeez, I'll take blame for that. Oh, I think he lost a bit of front wing damage. Jeez, that was on me. I'm such an idiot. I should have let Hamilton go. I cut it across him, and I just completely screwed it up. Okay, hitting in. Hamilton's pinning along with me. I am so sorry, Hamilton. I'll take blame for that.
Go. Exit now.
Alright, off I go.
Go now.
So Verstappen's pit as well. Yep, because Hamilton lost a bit of front wing damage, he had to replace his front wing. I will take blame for that. Hopefully I don't get some bad behavior in the comments. Because I know Hamilton has got royal help now after becoming 7-time champion. So I shouldn't be messing with him. But honestly, I don't give a crap about it. Alright, I'm gonna make a move on the inside on Gasly. Go for 7th, even though he hasn't pitted yet. I still need to get ahead. Still need to pick up pace because I need to get ahead. And Bottas is in the pits, so is Albon, so I need to get ahead of them now.
Esteban's in for his stop.
Yep, my teammate's in the pits. I'll be head of the pack. There we go. Looks like Gasly hasn't pitted yet, so he stays out.
The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds.
Okay. try and pick up some pace. See if I can get a faster lap. Here we go. Purple sector in sector 1 and 2. Not too shabby. Not a good corner there, but I think it should be alright. Alrighty. Not bad for a fastest time. I gotta put my fuel mix to standard, because I don't wanna go low fuel mode at the end of the race. That would be horrible. Alright, so Gasly still stays out. Oh, he must have had medium tires at the beginning of the race, so he's doing a good job holding the leading drivers back, which is good for me. So I'll be able to catch up in the point standings. Although I should not have cut across in front of Hamilton like what Vettel did in 2019 to Hamilton, and he got a 5-second time penalty for it. I probably should have done something to change that, but then again, I don't have really much choice to try and fix it because I need to catch up in points anyways. But then again, if that's what I want to say, I have to be a good driver at some point to fellow drivers. So yeah, definitely would have to take blame. So that's probably the best I could do at this point, guys. Alright, so far I'm pulling off a 6.5 gap lead over Verstappen, and he's leading the points standings. So I don't know where this will put me compared to the others, but it will help me improve or close the gap in the point standings. However, the corner I drove there, I didn't was not the same corner as what Vettel did. I'll see if I can get to the corner where he did it. And he's saying what he said at that time was that it wasn't his fault of cutting across Hamilton, but yet the stewards gave him a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and getting an advantage, whatever you want to say it. It was this corner right here. His car, I believe, either understeer or oversteer, I don't know which word is correct, but he got sideways and went off the track, and when he came back across the track, right in front of Hamilton, he tried to go around him, tried to take the spot back from him, but he slid up across Hamilton, and he had to brake out to not get involved in the incident. So it came with a little bit of controversial with that decision that the stewards made, and so Vettel ended up getting a 5-second time penalty, and he did cross the finish line first, but because of the penalty, Hamilton was declared the winner, and Vettel ended up second the point in that race. And that's how it ended up. And I think Charles Leclerc had the 3rd place, or Bottas, I can't remember who it was.
Is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
But Charles Leclerc, yeah, I think it was Charles Leclerc. He got 3rd spot. After the race was finished, Vettel, I think the what happened after the race was pretty funny, because when Vettel came up in 2nd, he didn't park his car where the top 3 drivers park their cars under the podium standings. He didn't park his car up, and when he went over to Lewis Hamilton's car, he took the first place thing, whatever they're called, podium, whatever they are, and he switched it to his plate, saying he should have won the race, and he put the second over Hamilton, and I thought it was quite funny though. So yeah.
I don't think we're far away from some rain.
So yeah, what happened?
Keep you updated as the conditions change.
Yeah. So what happened there was that it was a controversial finish with Vettel and Hamilton. So now you guys know the story of the Canadian 2019 race, how it ended. Is my tires getting tight? You see, some of my tires are getting a little bit tight, but you know, I can deal with it. Looks like Verstappen is catching up to me. He's 5 seconds behind now. I still reckon I'll be able to finish this in first. Don't know how much big of a gap I'll have, but we'll see. And it looks like Stroll is in 5th right now. I think he got past Leclerc and Albon. He qualified in the top 5, I believe. God, I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm starting to slow down a bit more. Alright, 4 laps to go. Verstappen is 4.5 seconds back. Make that 4 seconds because he's catching up. Yeah, I just feel like my tires are starting to get tight. So I need to slow down a bit early in the corners. Or it's the fact I'm not paying attention to when I'm braking in the corners. Maybe. It's probably that, I'm not paying attention.
Behind us is 4.6 seconds.
I'm starting to build the gap a bit, but he's closing it back again. If I can just hang on for another few laps, I'll get my 2nd win in a row and 4th this season. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, 3 laps to go here in the Canadian Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal, Canada. So far, I'm leading the race pretty good. Bottas now in 2nd. Oh geez, Verstappen has dropped back a bit. It looks like Bottas managed to pass Verstappen, and it looks like Hamilton got past Verstappen as well. Seems like he's losing pace a bit. I don't know if Hamilton will manage to get past Bottas. Albon has got past Stroll for 5th. It's starting to get interesting from the mid-pack, I'm seeing. A bit wide coming into this corner.
There's
That's
3
okay.
laps of fuel remaining.
Yep, 3 laps of fuel. Coming to the finish line, it'll be 2 laps to go. See, like I said, was that a bit of rain just then? Oh, yep, it's starting to spin now, guys. Rain's pouring in a bit. Yep, rain is here. They said rain was coming in sooner. Well, now it's rain. Now it's started to rain with 2 laps to go. So now I really got to be careful coming into the corners because my tires aren't right ones for rain conditions. So it's going to be a bit slippery coming around these corners. So we really got to be careful. This is probably the first race having condition change during a race. So that's very interesting. Oh, who's down there at the very back? It was falling behind. Coming up to the straightaway. It's one of the Alfa Romeos, I'm guessing, or one of the Ferraris. It could be Alfa Romeo because Alfa Romeo is normally at the back. It could be either Kimi Räikkönen or Antonio Giovinazzi falling behind there. Yep, it's starting to rain hard now. It's only a bit of light rain, but that's okay. Deal with it. Alright, coming down to the finish line. One more lap to go. The white flag is out.
Final lap of the race.
Final lap of the race. I'm in the lead with Hamilton in second, Bottas in third, and Verstappen in fourth, and Albon in fifth. The top five. Will I able to hang on for another win, or will Hamilton somehow make a comeback and pass me on the final lap? It's a most likely chance that I'll get my second win in a row this season and my fourth win of the season in the championship. So let's make sure I can hang on. Rain conditions could possibly change the outcome. You never know. It's been pretty interesting this race, just like the last race, but not as good as the last race though. It's looking good so throughout the race. Alright, just this last corner of the chicane here. I should be okay with it. And coming around the final corner. And I'm gonna take the win here in Montreal, Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. Nice. And with rain conditions raining at the end of the race, they did nothing to affect me. Driver of the day goes to Denik Fiat. Congratulations to him, but also congratulations to me winning taking my second win in a row and taking the fourth win this season in the championship. Nice work. Yes! That's me, Daniel Ricciardo, on top. And the two Mercedes end up on the podium as well, after passing Verstappen a couple laps ago. Great result. And Sergio Perez finishes 9th. Looking at his perspective.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that
yeah.
does success very well in F1, and they're just
big success for me.
More. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
Thank you. It's champagne time. Yeah, sprayed all over my mechanic crew. Hamilton is just pouring some champagne on my back. Nice. Yeah, do it again. Yes. Again with my crew. Alrighty.
It's time to see how this result affects the drivers'
and I get the fastest lap 2 of the race.
Leads the drivers' championship after an incredible
Max Verstappen's already leading.
Who was your driver of the day, Ant? It's time to check out the constructors' standings. No change in the top spot.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about driver of the day. Never mind. Alright, so I win the Canadian Grand Prix with the fastest lap, which means I get an extra point, so I have 26 points added to my standings. Hamilton takes second place after suffering no damage from a win that I accidentally caused. He managed to jump back up and take second place again. Valtteri Bottas takes third place. Max Verstappen takes fourth. Alexander Albon fifth. Lance Stroll 6th, Lando Norris 7th, Charles Leclerc 8th, Sergio Perez, and Esteban Ocon, my teammate, rounds up the top 10 in 10th. What a good results there. Not really much to see from this race. I don't think we need to look at the highlights, but we do need to look at the standings. Looking at the driver standings, Verstappen holds the lead by about 10 points ahead of Hamilton. I move up to third, passing Bottas. I'm 6 points ahead of Bottas now, and now I'm 11 points behind Hamilton, 21 points behind Verstappen, so I'm gaining just a little bit, but I managed to get ahead of Bottas in the point standings, so that's good. Alexander Albon stays 5th, Lance Stroll has moved up to 6th, Lando Norris has moved up to 9th, and Perez, Sainz, and Leclerc, dropped their positions, and everybody else stays the same. So yeah, and construction standings, everything stays the same except for Racing Point taking over 4th over McLaren dropping to 5th. So those are the standings for both types, drivers and constructors. I'm starting to gain a little bit, which is really good. If I can keep up the consistency of good performance, staying ahead of these drivers, I might be able to win this championship. But for my team's goal, it is 4th or better, and so far I'm in that position right now. It will be a bit better feeling if I could like reach the top, but we'll see. Only future will tell. So that is it for this episode, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe button to help this channel grow. If you guys like these videos, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys have no suggestions, please leave a comment down below. Next episode, we're going to move on to the next race, which is, I believe, it's the French Grand Prix in France, for the Paul de Ricard race. It's another circuit. Should be very simple, although I've rarely raced at that track before. So it's going to be interesting how I race there in this championship, and hopefully I'll get a good result there. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.